My name's Aizaz, but you can call me Aiz. It's a lot easier. I'm really nervous. Shout out to Benny and Stantons Coffee for having me in this fucking amazing night, evening. I'm so nervous. It's the worst when you've done nothing to provoke it. Just on the wrong road at the wrong time. A postcode you're apparently not allowed to enter because it's an area only an exclusive few are meant to. Always them saying, never seen you here before, bruv, or I've seen you rolling with them, man, or who told you can come through these ends, you dickhead? Always you replying, I'm just trying to get home, or nah, I don't want no beef, or nah, allow me, I'm tight with your boy X, Y, and Z. But they don't give a fuck who you know, what you're on, if you're telling the truth or if you're lying. Because their environment has always taught them to corner the gazelle and then they'll be better off looking like the lion. Try to run away, dash past man before the situation escalates. Nah, fam, you ain't going nowhere, man. No, hold him back, let me introduce him to the blade. One brother filming a 10-inch Rambo pressed against my neck. Because now a video of someone's humiliation is considered laughable content. But this ain't content, it's real life. So if I say the wrong word, it's his life, I'll be leaving. It's that knife seeping deeper into my stomach and I hear nothing but my heart beating. Random flashing thoughts like, how can I ever get intimate with a girl again? After she undresses me, she judges me, she glances at this battle scar. Why am I calling this a battle scar as if I'm some World War II veteran? When the reality is I couldn't even put up a fight. Like, wow, why, who, how, wait, why, who, how, no, why, who, how, stop. This is fucking killing me. I'm dying. Whole body's been so numb to the fact that they actually put the blade through. And it went so easy. Something I thought felt so much more lighter in films and TV, so in a panic I'm smiling. Quivering, lying on a cold pavement. It's got me feeling all kinds of crud. Holding my guts, filling my pockets with nothing but blood. Scrambling to find a phone, which they obviously thieved, and ducked to whereabouts unknown. I just want to call my loved ones and put my heart out on a sleeve. But instead, I'm spreading my crimson spleen on a grey pair of jeans. Someone help me! I don't want to go. I don't want to die so young, please. I'll give anything not to have this Grim Reaper on my tongue. Waiting for an ambulance called by a bystander, applying pressure, knowing full well not every victim's is lucky. So for every second I've got, I'm going to fight it to survive tonight. Share my pain, discourage others carrying, using the reality of what it can feel like to go through the same fuckery. I ain't never going to give up on seeing a better tomorrow when more and more are encouraged to understand their potential to thrive in society and just drop their fucking knives. I'm fighting for not just mine, but for our future. Because it's never been clearer that London and the rest of the world needs us alive. I've got one more if that's all right. Beta ab judne bolo, which in my native language of Urdu means, son, you must not tell lies. So fuck it. I'll recite one last true story in an attempt for you to visualize. Not to glamorize or antagonize, but to recognize my reality that would never be televised. This one night I'm in the club doing a little two-step shuffle, trying but failing to dance away the memory of seeing Grenfell Tower burn down a few months prior. Remembering my fallen friends' classes missing was always going to be a struggle. I see this guy touching girls' bums, moving mad through the crowd on the dance floor like wildfire. And I get punched for pulling him to the side and educating him on consent. Because if we don't call out our own behavior, then we'll be hearing of cases a lot worse than just sexual harassment. Beta ab chudne bolo. I'm hitting the bottle again since no one wants to listen to me, abusing the booze like we abuse the earth and reducing climate change is an act our government refuses to choose. Stumbling back home and I get the call making me realize red is the color I'll now see whenever I think of my friend Celine. Red is the car that kidnaps a hysterical, gagged up body full of dread. Red is the hijab that 19-year-old so beautifully wrapped around her head. Red is the car that kidnaps a hysterical, gagged up body full of dread. Red is the eyes of her uncle raping her and twisting his knife into her innocent throat. Red is the floor trail into the freezer holding her sliced up limbs spilling. Red is the TV news logo forever falsely branding this an honor killing. Red is my heart, filled with anguish and despair over a friend I'll never see again. My cheeks soaked in tears and streams of our good girl next door memory. My teeth gritting together a soundless scream still wake up the rest of my family. My brain rejecting the label of Islam being a terrorist religion when it's really a religion of peace. My ears fading the rest of the world out into silence as my faith in humanity begins to decrease. My hands, they tremble, shiver like an earthquake riddled with goosebumps on a winter's day, revealing its deepest fear. Just as it did each time I attempted and failed to commit suicide last year. Losing myself like Slim Shady, knees weak, arms all heavy, so close to leaving this world, my friends and my mum's biryani, I'm nervous. So as depressed and anxious as I tried to tell my parents for the first time. But beta ab chut nahi bolo. Do you know what it's like? Do you know what it's like growing up in an Asian culture that teaches you to bottle it up and refuses to believe in mental health downright? Beta ab chut nahi bolo. Do you know what it's like having survivor's guilt from 11 friends' funerals over a 9-month plight? Beta ab chut nahi bolo. Do you know what it's like waking up in cold sweats, wishing the pillow you slept on had smothered you in the night? Beta ab chut nahi bolo. I could have used these few minutes that Benny gave me to recite effervescent metaphors and similes about scenery or heartbreak. But here I am sharing the reality of slitting my wrist this way rather than that way. Because I've decided I'm just not that kind of poet. I am the sacrificed voice for the voiceless and marginalized, but low self-esteem means I've only articulated to a live audience twice before. I am the curry-munching packy cockroach from ends, finally exposing my naked thoughts, but exposing my naked body in stop and search is what airports still adore. I am the reminder that you will share with your close ones at the end of the day to love each other, love yourselves, and communicate regularly, as if it's the last thing I say in chat. I am Aizaz, and you've just listened to my entire life. So tell me, where's the fucking lie in that?